Noah Answorth kicked a really classy goal, his first since 2019 in all competitions. Obviously, this is a practice game here today. Community Series next week. The Crows have got the Power, the Lions have got the Bulldogs. Just 2 games to get ready for the new season. We're back in the middle. And here is Rory Laird, one of their experienced players that could give them a lift in this second term. And the Crows will get a shallow entry as McAdam flew early. In fact, he may have got a nudge, according to the umpire.
Yeah, massive push there.
From Darcy Gardner.
But great centre clearance there by Rory Laird. And he's had a great day, actually. Got plenty of it. And get that deep entries or forward line entries puts the Brisbane Lions defence under pressure.
So McAdam settles himself for this set shot. His first of the afternoon. Right on the 50. Gets underneath that. Has it got the legs? It does. Great leg from McAdam. Quiet first half, but that might spark them in this third term.
Yeah, great start there by the Crows. Great centre clearance. And then, little free kick, but great finish there. Outside 50, he ended up kicking that
McAdam
from.
Settles him.
I think early in the season, when the legs are strong from pre-season, I reckon you just kick it a little bit further. And, great kick there from outside 50 from McAdam. 28
games, 25 goals. Of course, the nephew of Gilbert, Adrian and Greg. And he gets his morning going. So first score on the board from the Crows will give them a bit of a lift.
It's still his morning, isn't it?
I know, I keep wanting to say afternoon, just not used to this. Feels like a junior match, doesn't it? As O'Brien tries to go off the deck. Laird getting involved again. Keys still in the centre square. McHenry strong in the tackle. Just trying to get it forward at any cost. Territory is a premium today. Here is Daniel Rich under pressure. Coming out wide to the opposite wing. Cameron. And now Scholl waits for that to bounce. Cockatoo closing the gap. Off to Rory Laird, another touch. Clever handball. Schoenberg turns, looks up. Great composure. And the juggled mark taken by Josh Rochelle.
Yeah, got their handball game going again there, Brett. And it showed that they're just been able to pick their way through the Brisbane Lions defence there. And, I think we're all excited by this youngster. And let's hope he can finish here.
From the Shepparton Swans, let's see what his finishing is like in front of goal. He's been compared to Toby Green, the match winner from the Giants, and he has kicked it through. And the Crows get back-to-back goals to start this third quarter, and look at the Crows coming from all corners of Metricon Stadium to get over and give him a little rub on the head.
Yeah, always nice. I know it's only a trial game, but always nice to kick your first goal with the jumper on at the club. And a lot of raps on this kid, but today I think everyone at home and at the ground today will be pretty impressed with the number 8, Rochelle from the Adelaide Crows.
Just such a smart build-up play. Laird, the peripheral vision from he and Schoenberg ends up with Josh Rochelle, and it's a promising start from Adelaide. This is what you said, Dan, that they needed to come out with a little bit of a different intensity in this third quarter, and they've answered the call.
Yeah, and I think get that enthusiasm going, that youthful enthusiasm, and it's definitely helped them this start of the quarter.
O'Brien moves around just to take away the leap of McInerney. Is at Neal off the boot. Clever kick. Improvising there from Lockie Neal. The man in front, Charlie Cameron, takes the mark and turns his back on the goal. Will line up to get the answer for the Brisbane Lions.
Yeah, we always say to young players, play in front, and that's the reason why. So you can be the first to move and anticipate that quick kick coming forward.
So Cameron kicked 2 quick goals in a row in the second term. Wanders inside the 50, and he slotted it. Great goal kicking from both sides in this third term on a wet afternoon. Maybe the ground and the ball's just dried up a bit there, Sauce.
Maybe. There is a bit of wind around, so it might have just blown a bit of that moisture off the deck, but easy as you do it there by Charlie, and he's been kicking him pretty straight today. Kicking him pretty well. It looks like he's nice fluid movement coming in to kick there, but just shows as the forward playing in front, anticipating. The defender's always got to react, and just a great finish there by Charlie.
And the read there from Lockie Neal coming out of the middle, working with McInerney and Neal on Laird, and they've both won their fair share of centre clearances in this start of this third quarter.
Yeah, and I think particularly in these conditions, it just shows not to mess around with it. Just get it forward, get it on the boot, get territory, and give your forwards a chance.
So 32-point lead, Lions way. Ball doesn't look like it's going to leave the centre circle, and we'll get another stoppage, and the wingers, the half forwards, all push into this contest. Darcy Wilmot's just floating if it comes out the back, but goes a bit further than that. Ball in dispute, centre half forward. Clever handball there, Lions and Rich, and Brisbane is away, and he thumps that towards centre half forward. Fort charging out, big fist came from behind. Coming through was Charlie Cameron, weaving through traffic. McCarthy short handball to Fort. Fort shrug of the big hips. He goes towards the goal square. McStay waiting for it. Good defensive effort there as Saligo gets it out looking for Pedler. Copped a hand on the way through. Bailey wanting the free kick, went to ground. Rochelli's kicked a goal in this term. Saligo coming through. Did well just to manufacture a handball. Slippery footy, and the umpires picked out a free kick for holding.
Darcy Wilmot.
And it will go to Schoenberg. I think he had the hand pointed in the wrong direction to begin with. Looking for the switch of play to centre half back. Great. Poor kick. Turnover. Can the Lions make them pay?
Very clever there by Lockie Neil's. He got tired, getting tackled, just falling forward there, and getting the free kick.
And just dumped in the tackle by Hinge. Got it off to Answorth. Slipped off the front of his shoe, but to McCarthy. The bit of poise coming through traffic, turns, kicks on the left. What a highlight play there from McCarthy. And McStay will have a shot on goal.
He makes it look easy, doesn't he, Link? These slippery conditions making him look very dry there, and he just bounces around on top of the ground.
So Dan McStay, 28 goals, 10 last season. Missed the first few rounds with a knee injury, and career high 3 tackles a game for a key forward was a good effort. And as he measured that through on the left, he has.
No celebration, just straight through the middle.
Seen some superb goal kicking in this third term, and that's his first goal of the afternoon.
Plays a very important role, Dan McStay. I think it showed when he missed those first few games. Brisbane were in a bit of trouble. He came back into the team. When Joe Danaher, Dan McStay and Eric Hipwood played, I think the Brisbane Lions won 10 of those 11 games. So the three-pronged attack, very important for the Brisbane Lions structure.
And they're going with Darcy, Fort and McInerney today, so one of them can spend time forward. So he keeps with that same structure, Chris Fagan?
Yeah, 100%. I think it's a great luxury they have getting Darcy Fort on board, where you can put him in a fair time in the ruck and let the big O just have a rest up forward.
We saw Jack Payne not playing today, but normally a key defender. He was used in a forward in that final against the Bulldogs, and Tommy Fullerton spent some time as another option in attack as well. Ford in the middle, the Lions get the clearance, and here is Lincoln McCarthy calling for players to lead to the open pocket. Oh, it's a good kick, and it carries all the way to Dan McStay, who says, thank you very much, Lincoln McCarthy. He'll line up for his second goal of the quarter.
Yeah, tough kick for a defender, that one. He just had so much penetration on it, and just floated over the top, and well read by Dan McStay.
Setting up for the snap, no real angle, and kept that pretty low, barely a half step out. And does sneak it in for his second goal of the term. So the Crows kicked the first 2, and the Lions have responded with 3 in a row, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah, it's so uncool to just kick a drop punt these days, isn't it? You got to kick it around the corner. But I think those left footers on that angle, it is actually a tough angle when you're in close. But great finish there by Dan McStay and well read. And Link McCarthy, look at him bouncing around. No wonder he's my favourite player. Have a look at him directing traffic and then getting it over the back. So, well done. Great finish there by McStay. And after a good start by the Crows, the Lions are just kicked ahead again.
Yeah, they've got such a well-balanced forward line with Danaher, McStay, Hipwood when he's fit, and the small forwards, Cameron and McCarthy, and then Zach Bailey can kick goals, as we know. So the Lions really on top, and they get a free kick out of the middle. as Robinson drives them towards half forward. McCarthy got hands to it.
Just Darcy Fort just crumbing there. Oh, he's back at it.
Here's McCarthy now to Answorth. Kicked a running goal in the second term. This off a snap, and Joe Danaher, did he mark it in the field of play? Or Rayner, I should say.
Oh, they've taken it off him. I was just frightened, Joe Danaher running back with the flight of the ball then. But great grab there and great confidence builder for Cam Rayner. Unfortunately, the umpire didn't read the play there and just give it to Cam. Give him a bit of confidence.
Crows coming out of defence over the head of O'Brien and Fogarty. And
that was
a little
couple of ruckmen just dancing with each other, falling over each other's feet.
Goes to Darcy Fort. Starcevic has just come on. He's going to get this. He's got a handball or really short pass over the top to McCluggage near the boundary. And, geez, there's another 50.
Yeah, Crouchy missed all last year, and he's missed the standing on the mark rule, obviously, and he can't believe it. But, yeah, once they call that mark, you have to stand like a statue. So, very stiff. Very stiff.
So, Brandon Starcevic was in the 40-man 22 under-22 squad and become a real elite small defender. Very rarely beaten. Good long kick at the footy as well.
Very
directly
reliable.
in front of goal. Pops that through.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Brett. Probably got drafted as a midfielder out of WA, but has become this tough, reliable defender and an absolute crucial cog of the Brisbane Lions defensive wheel, where playing alongside Harris Andrews, Darcy Gardner, Dan Rich, Marcus Adams. Really, really crucial player for the Brisbane Lions.
And this is what the Lions are able to do, is to score quickly, isn't it? All of a sudden, the blink of an eye, they've scored 4 goals in a row.
I know.
Albeit with the aid of a free kick and a 50-metre penalty.
And I was just thinking, how did Starcevic end up forward there as a defender? But as you said, he just come off the bench, snuck forward, and lucky to get away with one.
So can the Crows respond? Umpire opts to bounce it, and another free kick the Brisbane Lions way. And they're not going to waste any time. Mitch Robinson got the handball, then sends it into attack, and Joe Danaher has got himself a free kick. So 2 free kicks in a row, ends up with a shot on goal.
Yeah, frustrating for the coaching staff of the Adelaide Crows, where just multiple free kicks there. I think maybe it's the bigger bodies of the Brisbane Lions just causing a few headaches. Yeah,
Nick Murray just worried about the size there of Joe Danaher and just went to ground. Perhaps a little bit awkward, just the weight of both players. He ended up in his back. So Joe Danaher with the set shot. Has he employed the techniques of the breathing coach they've got there? I reckon he has, because he has slammed that through for a goal.
Lovely kick, Joe. Hit that very sweetly.
So he didn't kick a goal in the second term, kicked the first goal of the morning. Now gets on the board in the third quarter. 5 goals now in a row for the Brisbane Lions, and they kick away even more. Yeah,
it just shows out of that centre clearance, quick handball to Mitch Robinson, putting it in deep, putting the Adelaide defenders under the pump, and again they cause a free kick while they put him under pressure. So it just shows in these sort of conditions, getting in there quick and putting him under pressure. And a good crowd here today, mate. Yeah, well, considering it's a Friday morning game, all the rain we've had, the traffic on the M1 coming down the highway. Tell you what, I wouldn't have came down, but great work by the Brisbane Lions fans. And then we've got the Suns in the power after this. Brett Thomas, Daniel Merritt with you on KO Freebies. How many free kicks in a row now to the Brisbane Lions? Here is Zach Bailey. Sends them into attack again. Just through the fingertips there of Joe Danaher. Murray couldn't pick it up. Cockatoo barely got a foot to it. Just a kick out of danger now. Saligo, Wilmot, the 2 first-year players. Big spoil from Wilmot. Here is Bailey. Man in front. Cockatoo couldn't take the mark, but he's earned himself, you guessed it, another free kick. And will the advantage have been paid, or will it come back to Cockatoo? Advantage has been paid, and Joe Danaher will line up for goal again. Geez, that umpire's whistle's getting an absolute working out this last 5 minutes. I think maybe the Crows players just getting a little bit tired. Being second to the footy always results in a few free kicks happening, and Brisbane really getting on top now. So Big Joe didn't have a game that he absolutely tore apart,
but was good for at least 1 or 2 goals a game last season, and obviously just a big beacon in attack that they can aim for, and he swings that through on the left, from left to right. He gets 2 in a row.
I don't think that footy spun then, just floated through, but great finish by Joe. And like you said, last season, didn't kick a massive bag, but I think he might have been the only player, if not only a couple of players, that kicked a goal in every game last season. So super reliable, and yeah, I think that's why it showed the Brisbane Lions had extended his contract, because they were so impressed with how he came into the team last year. He's had a big pre-season, and I think everyone's very hopeful that Big Joe can light up the Gabba this year.
Yeah, you'd expect him to get even better with the year under his belt. 24 games, including the finals last year, when I think he'd played about 11 games in 3 years with the Bombers. So big year coming up for Joe Danaher, especially with Hipwood out in the early rounds. Good bounce from the ump. McCluggage couldn't pick it up cleanly. The Crows get a clearance. And if they finally... No, they have not got themselves a free kick. It will go the way of Marcus Adams, the former Bulldog, who was a valuable member coming back into the side last year. Sends that out wide to Harris Andrews. They've got so much depth in a lot of areas. We mentioned Jack Payne as another key defender that they can call upon. They get it to Daniel Rich now. Yeah,
and even a wily old veteran, Ryan Lester, was playing in the VFL today. They can come back into the team.
No Kadeen Coleman, Dane Zorko for the Crows. No Sloan or Walker or Miller. On the wing we go. Laird farms it back to Strawn. The big ruckman slaps it on his boot up towards half forward. Crashing the pack was Riley O'Brien, Rich and Rowe, and Daniel Rich will slide that ball over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Brisbane still not to use a few of their bench players down there, as we got Harry Sharp and who else did we have down there?
Archie,
and I think there was one more.
Maybe Jackson Pryor. Here is Robinson. Clever fist forward. Rayner measured the handball out wide to Bailey. He was under pressure, tried to get it back to Rayner. Rayner taken to ground by Davis, just held on for a little bit too long.
Geez, I'm glad we can't find the stats, mate, because the free kick count would be very lopsided.
Rayner goes back to Gardner. They're going to look for a switch of play here.
Jimmy Madden. He's quick, Jimmy. Look at him take off.
As Irishmen love to do, takes off on half-back, gives it off to Marcus Adams. They go straight up the middle of the Lions. McCarthy coming across. The umpire said 2 hands in the back. Play on. And here is Cameron. He could play on if he wants to. He can go into the goal square now. He saw Joe Danaher really late. And a big fist there from Mitch Hinge.
Response. Across the arms, oh no.
He wanted another one. His eyes were lining up. He was in the goal square all on his own, which is hard to do when you're 6'5" or whatever he is.
It'd be
7 or 8.
He'd be 6'8". No, 6'7".
So the former Giant, Jackson Haitley, up towards the wing. As Gardner coming through the legs of Rayner.
Here you go.
And here is Rory Laird. Held off the handball, then got it to Rochelle. Rochelle goes via foot. Players running back towards goal. O'Brien couldn't quite take the mark. Coming through Taylor trying to tackle Harris Andrews. But now the Lions are out of danger. Up to the wing. Nakia Cockatoo has teammates screaming for the ball. He's got, I think that's Answorth breaking towards half forward. Sorry, McCarthy. McCarthy, the pressure there on McPherson. Handball into space. McCluggage. Good tackle there from Pedler, but to McCluggage handballed into space. Now Chase Jones picking up the loose footy. Rochelle's come from half forward. Good running from the first year player. Put his teammate under pressure though in Davis. Handball's goal side. Butts coming through. Has to be clean. Rochelle's now just going to kick. But McCluggage has his name on that. It was an awkward spinning ball though. There's now Bailey. Starcevic. Danaher in towards McCluggage. Into the forward pocket. Davis spinning and handballing to Keys, who looks and sees McCluggage, runs away from him, goes up towards the wing. O'Brien, Harris wrestling. Harris Andrews got the handball to it. Now McAdam. McHenry turns. Handball. Schoenberg knew he was going to be tackled straight away, so just forced a tap, and there is Starcevic. Strong effort as Scholl coming in, flirting with the boundary line. Davis got a hand to it, and And a boundary throw-in is the result.
Young Darcy just set Starcevic up there, but, geez, you can just see the stronger bodies of the Brisbane Lions really starting to show through now, where Starcevic was able to stand up in that tackle and get the ball going his way.
McInerney, 2 ruckman overrun it. Bailey. Laird.
It's been good today, Laird.
Squeezes a kick to a one-on-one at Stilthorpe and Harris Andrews. Coming through Rowe. Oh, that should be holding the man, and it is. Stilthorpe's going to run on, so too McAdam. If Rowe can get up and get this ball moving quickly. Rich filling the space as the extra man in defence, and he might be called into action. No, he's going to watch this go up towards the forward line. McAdam couldn't take the mark. Keys on the left, but the Lions with numbers as Gardner handballs it to Daniel Rich.
Ball's bouncing around now. A little bit of movement up and down the field.
Oh, what a kick there from Cockatoo. Hits up McCluggage. Kick towards centre half forward, and look at this. Noah Answorth can turn, can line up the goals, and he's kicked 2 in a row. Noah Answorth kicking a goal for the Brisbane Lions, going coast to coast there, Daniel Merritt.
Yeah, unbelievable. It started off with Cockatoo's kick there in the middle of the ground to find Huey McCluggage. Just absolutely cut up the Adelaide defence, and you got to be brave with the footy. And as you see the build-up, yeah, Cockatoo, unbelievable kick, great skills, and then don't know how Noah found himself there. Playing off a wing, was in the side 50 all on his own, and good to see him back out there. And as it shows, another good depth player for the Brisbane Lions is making a really big impact and, putting his hand up for that round 1.
So 7 goals now in this term for the Brisbane Lions, and the Crows actually kicked the first 2 goals of this quarter, and since then Brisbane has put their foot down and kicking away. Fort and O'Brien, Schoenberg with 2 lines around him. Good class there from Crouch, and now they go forward out wide into the path of McAdam. Handballs over the top looking for McHenry.
Good spoil there by Darcy. Wilmot. I think Brisbane Lions fans will be happy with his contribution today. Looks very composed out there and looks like he fits in really well.
Yeah, we spoke about the depth and, half back with Grant Birchall retiring. We've got Answorth and Wilmot. Zorko will spend some time there, so a lot of players putting their hand up for that role. James Madden, who we called before, there's an aggressive dumping tackle. And Schoenberg will take the advantage. Swings it towards the goal square, looking for Thilthorpe. Can Rochelle keep it in? No. Boundary umpire was on the spot.
How many spoils you reckon Harris Andrews? I reckon he's had about 12 today. He's just one of those days that as a defender, just keep things simple and get the fist to it.
And led the AFL in that stat last season. Most marks in the game as well. Boundary throw in left forward pocket. What can the Crows create here as Thilthorpe takes it out of the ruck and drifting out for another boundary throw in, so they get another stoppage if they can try and trap it in here as we go late into this third term. 2 goals straight they've kicked in this quarter, the Adelaide Crows, trailed by 8 points quarter time, 38 at half time. Just a kick out of the
Bailey.
Congestion there from Jared Berry. Zach Bailey takes the mark. And Rayner, the short option, did that well. Just made Murray think about where he wanted to go with Answorth over the back. He's going to go back now and they'll try and switch the play. Here is Marcus Adams. Short into Gardner. Rich will run hard now out towards the opposite back flank. But the Crows have done well to close off most of the options on that far side of the ground. So they come back out to the broadcast side to Rayner. And flying from behind is McStay. Butts the man in front. Murray charging through.
Yeah, good play.
Well done there from Nick Murray. And he goes with a spiralling, tumbling ball towards the goal square. Thilthorpe, clever tap back in as he got any teammates there in support. Coming through now, Rochelle tackled by Madden. That ball goes out of bounds in that forward pocket.
Great work there by Murray. Just keeping things simple, keeping the ball in front of him, pushing the ball forward and getting it deep inside 50.
Was a pre-season pickup last year, managed 10 games from the Wangaratta Rovers. Boundary throw-in. Had a few of these now as O'Brien, Ford coming through. The tackle there from Darcy Wilmot, the chicken wing tackle on Mick Henry.
He's had a couple of them now. Darcy, just got to be careful.
Fort, goal side, picks it up, got it to Wilmot. Turned and handballed over towards Rayner. To Crouch, traps that ball in front of him. Handball to Keys, swings that back towards the goal. I'm not sure he meant it, but Mitch Robinson saving the day.
Jeez.
Just got a hand to it.
Good to see Keysy out there. Former Brisbane Lions player and doing really, really well with the Adelaide Crows.
Believes it was his voice and his work ethic that got him a spot in the leadership group this season. There's skipper Rory Sloane not playing today. Miller and Taylor Walker, two other players not in the side. The Lions have certainly had to rub the green in terms of the free kicks.
If I was Adelaide Crows coaching staff, I'd be wondering what they did wrong.
So Mitch Hinge, another former line that went against him. McStay up towards Rayner, getting a few touches in this quarter. Call to play on Saligo, the tackler. Hinge. Now to Schoenberg.
It's been good today.
Kick in the middle. Finds Stilthorpe. So who's at home? It's McAdam calling for it long. He's got two lines around him. Harris Andrews get back. McAdam flies from behind. Creates a contest.
Oh. Great crumb.
Just missing there from Pedler.
Even on 2-on-1, it was a great contest from McAdam against a 2-on-1, and then, unlucky not to get a score there.
So 67 points is the lead Brisbane's way. Getting close to three-quarter time. Gardner up towards the wing. Carries over towards McStay.
Oh.
McStay will swing it towards right half forward near the boundary. McInerney, I think he already had a foot over the line before he kicked that out on the full.
The big guy, just showing his tricks.
Long way between hand and foot for Big Oscar.
There is. It is a long way down. Just Bocky, the boundary umpire with his hat on, again throwing it in.
He's been a favourite of yours today. That just holds up in the breeze. And here is Lockie Neal going towards the boundary, swinging that back. Oh!
Wow.
Just to behind. That was a kind of Gary Ablett-like, that shot, just running away from the goals and almost went through. He's already kicked a cracker in this game.
I like the way he's moving, Lockie Neal. He's had a good pre-season and looks like he's moving really well.
And another, player who missed significant number of games last year through injury and was probably never 100% fit.
Nah, he had a shocking year last year. No continuity about it. And so hopefully after a big pre-season, Lockie Neal gets some consistency in his games.
So three-quarter time, the Crows started that quarter. They got off to a bright start with 2 goals in a row. And then the Lions maybe just sensing it was their time to lift. That called them into action, and it ended up being a 7-goal third term for the Brisbane Lions. They lead 16-9, 105 to the Crows, 5-7-37. So three-quarters done here at Metricon Stadium. The Lions looking pretty strong at the moment, but some good signs from some of the Crows' younger players. Josh Rochelle has looked good. The return of Matt Crouch today has got involved. Rory Laird, as you'd expect, and Thilthorpe's had a tough afternoon battling with Harris Andrews as well. Nick Murray's had some moments on Joe Danaher. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the fourth quarter, and a quarter to come in this first of 2 games here, live and free on KO Freebies. After this, it is the Suns and Power. Three-quarter time, it's the Lions leading 16-9, 105. The Crows, 5-7-37.
Pressure.
So McAdam